Hey everybody, Charles here. Welcome to Back Road Living. And hello DJ, Charles with the sneaky live stream. I've been sneaky the last few days. I know, can't help it. That's just how I am. Hello Gabby. I'm all flash. Hello Happy. Yeah, I get, hello Debbie, Northern Michigan. I get stuff on my mind and I know if I don't talk about it pretty soon, I'll forget it before the next video or the next live video. I normally don't do but one live a week, and that's on Saturday evenings at 7 p.m. And a lot of times there's things happen throughout the week, and by the time it gets around to that weekend, I've forgotten the stuff I was thinking on, or if I try to write it all down, there's so much to talk about that you can't talk about it all in one live video. So, and I don't always make specific videos to do those things. I try to keep our pre-made videos pretty much with prepping if I can. And this involves prepping just in a little bit different way. Excuse me. And hello, Gabby from North Carolina. Richard from Alabama. It's good to see you. Tommy's Homestead Garden. Hello, folks. How are you? And thank you, Tommy. I appreciate that. And I wanted to talk today about being the gray man. I've never really discussed this a whole lot. We talked about it one time, I think, a little bit in a live video. But what brought this on today is we have let me go ahead and give you that link in here in case you guys are interested in joining that group. I don't know if you would be or not, but if you are, right here it is. We have a group on Facebook. It's a prepping group. And you're more than welcome to join if you'd like to. But in that group, there was someone who made a post about they had gone to the Dollar Tree, and she had picked up some candles, and I think maybe some of those solar lights. I don't know, $6 or $8 worth of stuff was all she had picked up. And she said when she got to the checkout counter, this woman had come up to her and said something to the effect, "Well, you're sure buying a lot of stuff. So what are you doing buying a lot of stuff like this?" or something to that effect. Made her think that she thought that she was buying more than normal. And she said it kind of made me a little bit more cautious, because no matter where you go, no matter what you buy, there will be somebody that pays attention to it. Now, it may not be anything and may not lead to anything, but when you live in especially in a small area where you see a lot of people that you may know, and people may know you that you don't know them in a small town or a small city. They may know you through another acquaintance or something like that, and you may not have any idea who they are, but they may notice what you're buying. Sandy and I have been to Walmart before and on like a monthly buying trip or something, buddy, and buy up, maybe a couple of cases of like peas or corn or some kind of vegetables or something like that. Set two of those flats of different kinds of stuff like that in our buggy, and we see that a lot. A lot of times at the first of the month when people get their EBT stamps, they'll go in the grocery store and they'll buy big carts full of stuff, but that's the only time they ever buy it like that. But sometimes we go in at different intervals throughout the month depending on how our money comes in. And we spend probably more money on preps than we do anything. We put back more money toward that kind of stuff than, well, I know we do. There's no maybe about it. We spend way more money on preps than we do any particular thing that we buy. And I got to thinking about that the other day, because there have been a few times that when we went to Walmart that we've, our cart's been full. And there was one trip there we made a few months ago when we first started doing this, when we first started prepping. I can remember us shoveling money toward preps every time we got extra. We was putting toward that, and there was one trip up there we loaded up 2 carts worth of food, shopping carts, and we looked like the Beverly Hillbillies coming out of there. That was so funny. But yeah, we loaded the car up that day, buddy. But you know, that was pretty. That was, you know, that was pretty standoutish, and didn't really give it a whole lot of thought. But just thinking about what she said, she had gone to the Dollar Tree now, and had maybe about $8 or $10 worth of stuff, and somebody was watching her what she was buying. So when you're getting stuff and when you're doing things, when you're moving around, if you live in a close confined area where you have neighbors that will see everything you do, if you do things when they're outside or when they're watching, you might want to change up your schedule. You might want to wait until after dark to get your groceries out of your vehicle if it's in a place where everybody can see it. You might want to do your shopping when everybody around you is gone to work, if you can do that. If you know, or they're out and gone, make sure that there's not anybody around. And hello, Robbie, it's good to see you. And hello, Freedom. Late's better than never. But I didn't schedule anything, so yeah. But right now, things are getting really super difficult in certain places. This same lady that had posted this said that her Dollar Tree had many shelves that were just completely empty, that was bare. And now tell me if I'm saying this right or not, Sandy, because I can't remember for sure how she said this, but she had overheard one of the workers saying that they didn't know when they would be getting any more product into the store because of the shipping shortage. Yes, she said that she overheard the workers at her Dollar Tree. Now, this lady lives up toward the East Coast somewhere, and she had overheard some of the workers in the store talking among themselves, saying that they didn't know when or if they would be getting any more stock in for their store. And the shelves, many of the shelves, she said the Home and Beauty, or when they'd be getting more in. The Home and Beauty shelves were empty. What else shelves were empty, she mentioned? She said something about health and beauty, and she said something about the hair care area. There was 4 or 5 areas that you mentioned when you read that she said was the shelves were empty. But anyway, it's a thing that we have to be conscious of. And if you live in a real confined area, or not confined, but a real populated area, and you have a grid down, you need blackout curtains or something to where everybody around you can't see that you have lights, if you have some kind of light source in your home. If you have a cooking source in your home, it's going to be hard to keep the smell of cooked food down, but you know, you need to do the best you can with that. Let's see, Tommy's Homestead, I actually asked the worker, did they get a new shipment, because he was putting water out, and he said, no, this is old product. Yeah.
That's probably why they're putting expired chips out in that.
Yeah, that's why we're getting expired stuff on the shelf. Our Dollar Tree's terrible for expired goods right now. It's just full of expired goods. We've got 12 likes, guys. Somebody give us some thumbs up there. We appreciate it. Things are getting really, thank you, DJ. Things are getting really odd right now, and getting in certain areas, it's getting really difficult. I witnessed a 25-year-old girl get out of her car with a baseball bat to attack a 65-year-old man. She broke his back car window. People have a lot of on their mind, have lost their mind. Yeah. Excuse me. Good afternoon, Tana. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on this video, guys. YouTube really appreciates that. It gets us out in the feed better. And DJ, you're right. Loose lips sink ships. I'm nearly completely gray, man. I don't even unload my car if I'm not parked in the garage. Yeah, that's a wonderful idea. If you have a garage, be sure to park inside your garage when you unload your car. You don't know who's going to be driving by. You don't know who's going to see you, even if it isn't a person that would bother you. They might talk to somebody else who would. See, that's the thing about it. You never know who's going to be talking to who. And when you're in your, this is another thing, and I know this may be a touchy point for some people, but even with your extended family members, if you know that these people are not prepping, if you know that they consider you the nut job in the family, the one that wears the tinfoil hat. I wish I had my tinfoil hat here. I put my hat on here made out of tinfoil, because me and Sandy's the crazy ones in our family. That tries to tell everybody to be careful with all this stuff, and they need to be prepping them and doing all this stuff, and we're just crazy, I know. So we're just real careful about who all we talk to about this stuff, because you don't know who they're going to talk to about it. You don't know how many friends or neighbors, and they may say, yeah, Charles and Sandy down there telling us we need to do all this. They're putting all this food back. They're telling their neighbors this and telling their friends this. And then when the economy falls, they'll come to Charles and Sandy's door, knocking on the door. Yeah, your mother-in-law said you always putting back a lot of food. You got anything extra? Who knows? Just be careful. Who knows what you're doing. I know you can't help your family, knowing to an extent, but be kind of careful who you let know what you're doing, especially outside of your family. Robbie said canned meat was thin at Walmart today. Fresh chicken at Kroger yesterday. When she cooked it up, tasted horrible. Third time I've gotten bad meat at 3 different Krogers. Well, I'm wondering about that too, Robbie, how long the meat's been in the freezers, how long it's been back. Because, like I said, with our Dollar Tree, and I know it's happened in Walmarts, I've heard people talking about that too, that this canned food, they're buying stuff right now that has the same expiration dates on it that they bought 3 months ago. So it sounds like to me, and Sandy and I have talked about this, it sounds like to me that people are scraping up the remains of their warehouses, because the shipping has become so sporadic, to say the least. And what we talked about yesterday about the Dollar Tree containers that was sent to China to pick up a shipload of containers, and then they turned them away, wouldn't let them pick up the containers, and said it might be 2 months before they could get back in there to do anything. So, and then all those ships sitting out there in the bay in California and all up the West Coast, all up into Washington. And then all those sitting out in the ocean that can't get into the bay because there's not room for them. And they're just sitting there. All that stuff just sitting there. And it's not getting out to the stores. It's not getting out to the general public. We're hearing reports from France, Italy, reports from Australia, where there is a huge hole in the drivers that they have there. They're really super short on truck drivers, and it's causing a huge supply breakdown for some of those countries and some of those areas. Warehouse workers across not just this country but across the world. We're seeing it everywhere. This thing has kind of morphed. This food supply chain thing. We've been expecting it to come, and I think we're going to see it more and more. And I think that now this is just my opinion. I think people are going to be watching more, simply because when people who are accustomed to buying every meal they eat on a daily basis or every other day, when they go to the store and the shelves become empty, they're going to start to panic somewhat. And when they see somebody go through with a shelf full of 15 cans of chunk chicken in it and 8 cans of shredded beef and 6 bags of flour and meal and all this stuff, it's going to make them think. Well, some people you can't make them think. Some people you could run over with a truck full of this stuff and they get up and it never faze them. But there's going to be those who do watch you from time to time. They're going to, and if they think stuff like this, they'll they may very well keep a close eye on you to watch what you're doing when you're out. And even the workers at the stores, they talk too. And, you know, Sandy and I used to or I did, I used to try to be more friendly and talk to all the cashiers and all these people and be friends with them, because that helps you with your shopping experience times. They'll let you know when things come in and what have you and things like that. But I think the closer it's getting like this, the less we need to do that even. The less people know, the better off you are. It's just, yeah. But anyway, the last thing I want to say, I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here in just a minute. We've got 33 likes and 65 people watching, so give us some more thumbs up, guys. If you're watching, please, we appreciate that. Hello, Kat. Anna, hello to you too. Let's see if I've missed anybody else. I don't see anybody else right now I've missed. But this storm's coming in down in the Gulf, and it's going to be a bad, bad storm. And don't forget, if you live in the vicinity of that, if you've got anything laying outside, if you've got anything like rakes and shovels and tools and wheelbarrows and anything like that sitting outside, and if you're going to be in the vicinity where these hard, strong winds come through, be sure and put that stuff up. Don't let it become a weapon or a missile, as you might say. That could create problems for you or your home or your vehicles or things like that. These things can be picked up with these winds and just driven into things. So be careful with that. If you've got loose stuff laying around your property, be sure and pick it up and put it away, put it inside your buildings, or you know, put it somewhere where the wind can't get it. Again, thank you guys for stopping by today. Don't forget our locals channel. I'll go ahead and put a link to that here also. This is a place where we talk about anything and everything freely. We don't worry about what we say over there. We don't have to worry about being censored. We can just speak our mind. So, guys, thank you all. We love you guys, and I pray that everybody stays safe. If you live down in any of the area toward where the storm's coming in, it's already made landfall in Louisiana. So buckle down and be safe. Pray for those people down there. You know, keep them on your hearts and minds. And everybody have a great day and have a great week ahead. And hopefully we'll have a video for you here in just a couple of days. I'm going to be working on one. So God bless you all, and we'll see you then. Goodbye, everybody.